Thank you. Well, welcome back to the 2020 Mutant Presidential Debate, brought to you here in beautiful Los Angeles, California. And with me tonight are three of the most powerful mutants fighting for their chance to become the first mutant president for the United States of America. To my far right, we have Mr. Eric Lyncher. An immigrant from Poland, Mr. Lyncher is one of the most powerful mutants ever to be discovered. He's here tonight to explain to you, the American people, of why he is best suited to be the President of the United States. And to his left, we have Dr. Henry McCoy, also known in the mutant realm as Beast. With Dr. McCoy's unmeasurable level of strength and knowledge, the American people are thinking that he may just be the person that could solve all of our problems. And finally, we have Scott. Tonight I will be asking our candidates two questions that seem to be plaguing the country to see how they would handle things if they won the presidency. This first question would be for Mr. Lyncher. Mr. Lyncher, there's a lot of talk going around these days about the so-called mutant cure. If you were elected, how would you tackle this controversial problem?
Just as I was telling my friend Charles last week, we do not need a cure for your mutant problem because there is no mutant problem. There is no difference between me and you, or you and them. It's us and us. So if I'm president of the United States, I will bring education back to the world and back to the United States on the unity that we can have with our brothers and mutant sisters forever.
Dr. McCoy, the same question to you.
DK, I find it paramount that we tag and bag all these mutants. The mutants that are alive right now, we can use them for our own good. We can tag them. We can try to reform them. We can do anything I can to turn them into real human beings. I do not like mutants. I do not like closed borders. And if elected, I will do everything I can to eliminate the United States from every mutant possible.
And finally, Scott.
Dude, I love the cure, brah. Monday, you can fall apart.
Question 2. Along with the so-called cure occupying the minds of American voters, there's also concern about security along our southern border and the effect it has on mutant registration. If you were president, what would be your first step to secure the border from our neighbors from the south?
DK, I am sickened of what I'm seeing in the news right now, and I am outraged by the left referring to these southern detention centers as concentration camps. As you well may know, I am the only candidate running this year who is an actual Holocaust survivor. At the age of 4, my mother was taken from my hands, and then she was sent to the death camps, and I was left to fend for myself. The borders might not be in the best condition that they can be, but if I am elected, I will go down there personally and make sure that everything is done right and everything is up to snuff by the human code of law.
Mr. McCoy, how would you handle this growing problem?
This is dedicated to our neighbors from the south. Not everybody is like my opponent. I am willing to work with all of our neighbors from the south, all except mutants, of course. I do not want mutants in this country, but the ones that want to come, they can come. And then they will get free healthcare, and then we will mutinize them and vaccine them themselves. That way they will not become a strain, and everything will go copacetic, and the United States will be a great country again.
And finally, Scott, what would you do differently than your opponents to secure our border?
Well, personally, dude, I think Americans are lazy, bro. And I think if people from the north, or shoot, I'm sorry, man, I'm kind of wasted. The people from the south, if they want to come up here, then man, more power to them, just rock and roll. Everything's going to be okay. Vote for Cyclops. Bye, Gene.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we are out of time. I would like to thank the candidates for taking time out of their busy schedule to come down here and explain to you and me, the American people, their plan to get America back on track.